Hello and welcome to our Halloween special. And we're basically gonna read some creepypasta today, because that's what we do for Halloween this year,
Yay!
until we can plan something better for next year. So we're gonna let AJ go first here. I'm just gonna turn down my volume here a little
Go
bit.
first.
So we pick up you more than the game. There you go. There we go. Now you can go.
Okay, Barney and Friends. Barney was my favorite show when I was a young child. I liked the atmosphere, the dialogue, and pretty much everything about it. That was before that episode aired. I had been about 6, and I was sitting on my couch playing with a piece of Play-Doh, waiting for Barney to come on. I turned on my TV and clicked the channel they normally play Barney and Friends on. Sesame Street was about just ending, and it was showing the episode of Barney that was about to come on was about. It was an episode I had never seen before, with 2 new children called Myra and Billy. The credits to Sesame Street ended, and the episode of Barney began. The thing that should have struck me odd, was that there was no music in the opening credits. Just the sound of howling winds. Clips that usually played during the credits weren't there. Instead, there was what looked like transparent plastic over it. I could see the silhouettes of 2 people, presumably adults. They were pushing each other around. The sound was muffled, but I could hear the faint sound of one of them screaming. He was screaming, "Stop it! You're hurting me!" And then I heard the sound of a chainsaw. Blood splattered the transparent sheet of plastic that covered the camera, and within a moment the whole screen was crimson. I could see the silhouettes of the 2 strange people that were fighting, except one had the other impaled on what looked like a chainsaw. Then the actual episode began. I don't really think you could call it an episode. I could see Barney, but half the screen was covered with green pixels and a video of a guy staring at a camera. I can't really remember the details of the next few minutes of the episode that well, but I can vaguely remember the guy coming closer to the camera, only to reveal that he wasn't actually coming towards the camera. A man had cut a hole in his back and had his arm stuck in it. Like a fucking ventriloquist puppet. Next scene in the episode was Barney and the 2 children described in the promo before the episodes, and dressed in black. The camera kept zooming in on them, and they were saying, come closer, we'd like to take you along on our adventures," over and over again in monotone voices. I came a little bit closer to the screen, and then was met with something terrible. My own mother's face, half the skin hanging off, stared back at me through the screen of her Magnavox television. Spiders crawled in and out of her mouth, and her eyes were dripping blood with every second the damned episode stayed on the screen. After 3 minutes and about 3 gallons of liquid shit in my bright red play pants, I finally turned the television off. It went up in flames, cutting off my air supply, and making me choke on the harsh fumes the fire made as it grew and grew, until it engulfed pretty much everything around me. After 7 years of intense therapy, I still have not been able to get the content of that episode of the show that has shaped my childhood and formed my innocence out of my head. And
Does it sound silent? Are you done, AJ?
yes, I'm done.
Oh!
I said the end.
I didn't hear you.
It's pretty obvious. Oh, and the vines
Alright.
are burning. Okay, fine.
Okay. My turn?
So yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get my phone. Alright. I'm doing a creepypasta on Naruto the Lost Episode. Ever stumble upon an anime and just love it all of a sudden? Well, I've seen Naruto grow popular and saw their game, but never had the thought of even watching the series. This all changed in 2008. I became so obsessed that I even bought the DVDs until I stumbled upon what was almost like locked files in one of the DVDs. Like most of the fans, I would go online and wait for the new Japanese English subbed episodes to be released in some kind of website. When they wouldn't post a new episode until 3 weeks passed, I went to watch Naruto on the DVDs. Instead of watching it on the TV, I decided I wanted to play it on my new laptop and that I bought for my college years. I did not buy these DVDs on any official site, so instead I bought these when they were first made, not edited or anything, by the company whom sells them. You see, I had one of those close Italians BFFs who would just do anything for you. So he did this for me. Of course, these newly unedited DVDs were obviously in Japanese, so I couldn't never understand a word it said. It just saw these animations move on by. When watching this on my laptop, I was wondering if I could insert my own English subtitles. Because for the laughs, I could probably make Naruto say "fuck you" instead of "damn it." So I tried to edit the DVD by using Microsoft Silverlight software. I wish I never did this. I stumbled upon what seems to be a frame by frame episode, seeming that it was almost like a message hidden through the episode. I was toying around with the editing software, clicking frame by frame. I could see Naruto's eyes all bloodshot, looking actually realistic. I thought, oh, Sakura must have just punched him in the scene. I was terribly wrong. Naruto was just staring at the screen every time. I used this frame by frames. I skimmed through this, seeing Naruto the same way each time, over and over, until finally it stopped. My whole laptop shut down and rebooted. I was scared, petrified, terrified. I can't even put these into words. Once it rebooted, nothing special happened until 30 seconds passed. It showed Hidan using one of his Janshin techniques. I guess that when rebooting it just continued the episode I was on. It then paused, showing Hidan's black and white face due to his Jashin technique. It then showed Shikamaru's face. Then the episode began to look like those old movies, where it had black spots appear from time to time, making it look like it was burnt. It then began to cripple, turning brown, then black and white, like those old movies. It continued slowly, showing the episode, while Hidan said words I never knew anime characters would say. This was an unedited episode, but Hidan said something in English instead of Japanese voiceovers. Hidan didn't even sound like the English voice actor. It was almost a demonic voice was taking control. Hidan said, "Run, run, clinging to life. I will come for you. Raven, I am now part of your life. I am your body. I am a part of you." It then showed Hidan stabbing himself. Asuma fell down on the ground like he used to dying. It then replied this over and over. After five of looping, my webcam that's installed in my laptop came on. I could tell since the green light next to me, it popped up. It then turned back on, but my face came upon Asuma's like a horrifying Photoshop. I forced to shut down my laptop and drove to my friend's house. I came up to his house and rang the doorbell, but no answer. After pressing the doorbell 3 times, someone finally opened it. It was my friend's mother. I asked her where he was, but she just started sobbing. I asked her what's wrong. The reply was, he's dead. He began to seize her and come up to me. I asked him, what's going on? But no reply. His eyes rolled back, and he was moving his feet around in circles. I saw his feet move and saw that he was writing what seemed to be an A inside of a circle. He shut the door, closed and all. I could hear was sobbing inside of her house. What the hell is going on? I went to my other friend's house and was too fucking scared to even go back to mine. I went on his computer and did a little research on Hedon. He was a Joshinist, so to actually activate his technique, he needs some kind of A in a circle to step in. He began to sob. I was thankful that it was 5 p.m. so the light shined in the room. I didn't want to be in the dark. I was too scared to even sleep because all I could see was the darkness. I never went anywhere without my friend. I brought about 3 of my friends, including the one I went to sleep over with, to my dorm. I wanted to be safe. I turned on my laptop and nothing happened. It just showed the Toshiba screen with my applications on the desktop. I popped open my CD or DVD inserter, and the DVD was still there. I closed the back end and I clicked the button that said DVD inside. I pressed play and went to my Microsoft Silverlight. Every time I went to open it, it automatically closed. My computer rebooted once more. My webcam automatically turned on. Then it came back to my Toshiba screen. Hedon was right on my screen again. It then showed badly photoshopped people who Hedon was seen killing. But with my friends' faces, we all were fucking scared. But I pleaded them not to live. They stayed since they also knew they were safe since we were all together. We still began to panic, but then Hedon's face was on my screen. He wanted us to converse with him. We all thought this was stupid, but we did it anyways. This is what he said. Who are you? And everything. Why are you doing this? For reasons I don't even know myself. Why won't you stop? I probably will soon. How can we help you stop? Give me another soul to haunt. How did you kill my friends? I am everything. I am a disease. I am your friend. My screen shut off and couldn't be turned back on. We all knew what we had to do. I took the DVD out of my computer and put it back into the case. I made a garage sale in one of my friends' houses. A 50-year-old boy bought this. My heart began to beating as images ran through my head. All I could see was Hedon stabbing himself over and over in his Joshinist circle. One of my friends saw me doing something, so he just sold the DVD to the boy. I came back to reality, seeing the boy walk by with the DVD case in his hands. I kind of felt sad and relieved. That's it.
There's also, please be warned, you can
Believe it or not, shit just got real.
Yes.
Shit just got real.
Those are great, guys.